Hey, this is Mr. Coach Willson, man, coming from North Webster High School in Spring Hill, Louisiana, and you're watching Louisiana on Fire.
What's up, Louisiana? You're back again. This is Tim Davis with Louisiana on Fire, and we got Coach Christopher Willson for part 2. And look, we getting into it. Well, I'm learning a lot of stuff when it comes to being a coach. Just the aspect of being a coach and a teacher in Louisiana, because that's a whole different spectrum when it comes to life in Louisiana and whatnot. So, as a coach, though, because you're just talking about how things are different with some of these kids and whatnot. So, with the heat, man, tell me about the heat, that Louisiana heat and the heat that you're bringing to North Webster right now.
You got to get yourself acclimated to the heat.
Yeah.
We can't control that. We're in humid Louisiana.
Yeah.
You just have to know your kids and watch your kids.
Yeah.
We don't have structured water break times. If you thirsty, go get you some water. I'm blessed to be in a program. We got 4 girls that come every single day, fill up water, and get those boys water every single day.
That's what's up.
And they come inside practice every single day. Have been all summer, and that's their job. They know that's their job. And the heat I'm bringing to North Webster, again, I'm just myself.
Yeah.
I'm not putting on a facade.
Yeah.
I'm not beating my chest. I'm just being who I am.
Right.
I'm real big on social media. I'm real big on transparency. I talk about what we're doing because I don't want a parent to have to guess. And I think they appreciate that.
Yeah.
They appreciate the transparency. They appreciate the communication. And it really just reinvigorating these kids for them to want to play.
Yeah.
And for them to want to be there.
Yeah.
And then holding them accountable.
Right.
So I'm a fusser. I raise my voice.
You roll up the paper.
I don't have to. I tell you a story. So just this week, I got 2 young coaches, and they're my bulldogs, and I turn them loose. Make sure they're never right. Every little thing, dog them out. So they're running the hill by the school, and the boys are fussing, and they're cracking under the pressure, and that's what we're trying to build them to not crack under pressure. So I said, well, you know what? Let me go out here. So I'm walking across the practice field, and I got real good teacher ears. And I hear them kind of mumbling to themselves. Hey, man, y'all chill out. There go Big Daddy. Big Daddy coming. Big Daddy coming, man. Like,
Yeah.
chill out. And so
Big Daddy coming from the big house.
Yeah, Big Daddy coming, man. Y'all chill out. And I don't know if it's a respect thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, I hadn't dogged them out about it yet, but it's coming.
Right.
I could be something else to Big Daddy. But, the respect factor is there. And they just know there's some things I'm not okay with. And just training them, it's no different than your child at home.
Right.
You let them know what things are acceptable and what things aren't.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing here at North Webster, letting them know what things I'm okay with and what things I'm not. I want them to be themselves. I want them to have personality. I want them to enjoy it, but I also want to bring a respect factor when we travel.
Right.
Respect factor when we leave the campus. And when we do things that are on display, we want to be on point all the time.
Yeah.
And that you have to train them.
Yeah.
You have to train them and you have to teach them.
Build
we
that
have to put them in position. Yeah, absolutely. You got to build a culture. That's the cliche word in football.
Yeah.
Building the culture. But you tell them how you want things done, and then you correct them when it's not done that way.
Yeah.
And then you give them the liberty to be themselves within them realms.
Yeah.
Because we got some kids with some personality. Got some great kids, man.
Yeah.
Great kids that make you want to take that hour drive every day because they need it.
I like
they need it, and they appreciate it.
Right.
Something simple. For the 4th, we gave them the day off and let them run around and play. They didn't realize they were still getting the conditioning in.
Yeah.
And then we fed them hot dogs.
Yeah.
Just lit the grill and cooked and fed them and sent them home.
Right.
The media day we're doing at the end of the month where we treat it like an official college visit, and we're giving them every uniform and let them put their stuff on and swag themselves out and take pictures. And and I've invited every media outlet in the area to come up and do interviews.
Yeah.
And get their summer preview out the way while all the kids are there.
Right.
I've invited the cheerleaders and the Nightline, and I want everybody to come. I've told the folks in the community, bring your horses, bring your tractors, bring your slabs. Hell, if you got a giraffe and a Ferris wheel, bring that too.
Yeah.
You know, and let them kids enjoy it.
Yeah, support them kids, man.
Let them kids enjoy it, and we're gonna give them 2 hours to have a free for all, do whatever they want to in them uniforms. We're gonna pick the uniforms back up, and we're gonna send them home.
Yeah.
You know, and that'll be our last thing we do before fall camp start.
Yeah.
You know, so
And get them ready.
You know, because we play Haynesville week 1, and they've been playing Haynesville week 1 every year since 1969.
Really?
It's a big deal.
So the whole town will be out there.
Oh yeah, in both. Haynesville has 13, 14 state championships. Spring Hill only has 2. Spring Hill / North Webster only has 2, but they're 40 minutes from each other.
Yeah,
they've been butting heads since
big
69.
rival.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna be a lot of smack talking to where whoever wins this one.
Yeah, you gotta win this first one.
Yeah.
You win this first one, pretty much nothing else matters.
Yeah.
One of my seniors texted me today and he said, "Well, my cousin plays for Haynesville. The coach has been watching what you did last year." I said, "Okay, hell, they gotta stop it." I mean, it ain't a mystery.
Yeah, right.
They still got to figure out how to stop it.
Yeah.
Right. So, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal because again, you're at a legacy program.
Yeah.
And there's not too many programs in this area who have the accolades as the town of Spring Hill does.
Right.
Right. And so, like I said, Devin White for the Philadelphia Eagles is a Super Bowl champ, and he was the first big name after the consolidation of North Webster.
Yeah.
Shakandrick West that played for the Chiefs played at Spring Hill.
Right.
Right. So you got NFL cats in the last 20 years that have played on that field.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to uphold a legacy.
Right.
I'm just trying to make sure that the next one isn't 20 years from now.
Yeah.
That hopefully the next one is on my roster right now.
Right.
So really just trying to build those kids.
You're doing that, man, because when you brought that up too. So you have some kids you've coached who are in the NFL now.
Yeah.
That you are still close with.
Well, relatively close. I'm close with his family.
Yeah.
I can call him. I can call grandma and she'll answer anytime.
Yeah.
Tre'Davious White he's with the Rams now. Pictures on the wall. I coached that kid. First 4 years, I'm blessed to say I know I coached a kid that was in the NFL. But it's just great to see kids that you knew at 13 living out the dream.
Right.
And he played for the Rams, and the Rams is a 49er rival, so I'll love him at least 2 weeks out the year.
Big 49er fan,
big
right
49er guy, man.
Yeah.
But I love him and support him everything you do aside from those 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But just
don't talk to me in those 2 weeks.
And but just to see kids like that, man, and so many other ones, man. Princess Davis played girls basketball, and she's the assistant head coach at North Texas.
Yeah.
That came through those hallways. So many great kids, man. So I got a kid I just talked to on Facebook that went to L.A. and he's an actor in L.A. These kids, from that small community that nobody thought anybody could do, and there's so many other kids that are just doing their thing, entrepreneurs and business owners, and they're killing it. Green Oaks really set me up.
Right.
That was my opportunity to learn how to operate and learn kids. So everything, I give a lot of credit to 2550 Thomas E. Howard because, without those years, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of things that I'm able to do now.
Yeah. Bro, I'm glad to hear that you have that type of relationship with these kids, man, because they look at you differently than just a teacher, So
but I
commend you on
operate
that, man.
myself differently, man. Think about your teachers in middle school, high school. They never let you know anything about it. They were super buttoned up. They were always serious. They took themselves too serious.
Yeah.
We don't make enough money to take ourselves that serious. You know what I'm saying? So I'm honest and open with my kids, and I tell them my life story, and I tell them the things that I've gone through in hopes that it will save their life.
Right.
Because everything I've done hadn't been great.
Yeah.
I've made some stupid decisions. You know, and I try to tell them, just because you see me now doesn't mean that's who I've always been.
Right.
You have to earn this. You have to earn the right to be in a position to change your life.
Yeah.
So you just, again, I'm transparent. I'm open and honest with them. And I treat them like that.
Yeah. Well, shout out to you on that one, man. I did, because of what you're doing now, I wanted to ask you, and you kind of touched on a couple of them already, but who were your biggest influences to get you where you are today?
Man, like I said, Black Mike Green, White Mike Green. Green with an E, and then Mike Green.
Yeah.
Those 2 cats, coaching wise, changed the trajectory of my career.
Yeah.
White Mike Green gave me the first opportunity to be a coordinator out of Fair Park. He was the first one who really believed in me, that I felt that he believed in me.
Right.
And so I was really blessed to work with him for 2 years. And then the next 2 years with Mike and Coop over at Mansfield, because they just trusted me.
Yeah.
Hey, you got it. Go cook. You know,
Right.
here's the utensils. Go cook. Man, who else, man? Like, so many coaches, man. Like I haven't come across really any bad coaches that didn't pour into me.
Yeah.
You know, and then college coaches, man, that on Twitter will respond to you, like Brendan Marion at UNLV. You know, young. I think hell, he's younger than me. You know, he's 36, 37.
Yeah.
And he's soaring up the ranks in college ball because he's innovative and he's young and he's down to earth and the kids respect him. Cats like that, man, Dino Babers and Mike Tomlin, and you're watching these cats and they're so distinguished and they're so buttoned up and they're so confident and they're so cool. And I'm not any of those on the sideline, you know.
100%, man.
But I'm not that buttoned up on the sideline.
yeah.
I'm not that cool. You know, I wish I could grow. At my old age, when I can't move and stuff no more, I'll probably get that buttoned up. But right now, I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, I'm still sprint down the sideline, celebrate the touchdown guy.
Yeah.
You know, but you watch these people in, you know, the Eddie Robinsons of the world, the Pete Richardsons of the world, and you're watching these cats and you're watching these people and they're leading young men and they're so distinguished and they look so cool and they're just leaders.
Right.
And that's what I wanted to be. You know, even through the SGA stuff, all that stuff kind of prepared me for this.
Right.
You know, to be able to speak in front of a room, you know, and not crumble, you know, to show confidence even in the face of adversity. You know, they got to believe in you.
Yeah.
You know, my kids that follow me have to believe in me. You know, so when I speak and I exude the confidence, I want them to be able to run. I want them to feel like they can run through a wall for me and succeed.
Right.
You know, so you just look at those guys and you see how they've conducted themselves and you see how organized they are and you see how meticulous they are. And they comb over everything and they make sure everything is right and everything's a certain way. You know, and, you know, like I tell my boys, how you do anything is how you do everything, you know, and that's your locker.
Yeah.
That's you picking your shoes up. That's being unified with your uniform. That's eating together. That's telling your mom that she can't bring you Subway unless she bringing 80 Subways. You know, doing everything as a unit and as a group. You know, just those types of things that I've kind of sucked in from all of these different mentors and a lot of these guys in this area that have really been good, to able to watch and see how they, you know, my high school coach, Mike Suggs, you know, Bird legend, all-time winning coach, top 10 in Shreveport Bossier. You know, he just did things a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, and so, you know, I found myself mimicking him when we travel. You know, we're going to eat. You're going to have one steak, one baked potato. Don't ask for no cookies. You know, and take the boys out of town and say, you're going to get this Cane's box. And you're going to eat this Cane's box. And we're going to eat as a team and we're going to go win. We're going to go home.
Right.
And so, you know, this stuff doesn't change, man.
Yeah.
You know, you just watch these cats and you figure out who you want to be and what you want to operate like, and then you put your spin on it. And so, you know, I'm a lot more laid back than a lot of those guys. But when it's time to lock in, we lock in. So.
Yeah. That's good, man. Now look, let me ask you this. What has been like one of the biggest hurdles for you in your career? Like, and it could be personal, it could be from coaching, it could be from being a teacher. Like, what you think, man?
The expectation level I put on myself. I'm real hard on myself.
Yeah.
I'm real hard on myself. I never feel like I'm good enough.
Yeah.
Keeping it a buck. I never feel like I feel like I'm underachieving all the time. You know, and it's because as a coach, you're measured by wins.
Yeah.
You know, the kids will value you. The kids will appreciate you, but I hadn't won enough. You know, I just hadn't won enough.
Yeah.
You know, and I want to win.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's where I'm at in my career. You know, I've been a part of some lovable losers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to put it. Like, I've been the head coach of a lot of lovable losers.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of losing.
Yeah.
You know, so I put a lot of pressure on myself to lead this program, not just from the public perception standpoint, but I want to get on the field and win some games. You know, I want to put a team in the playoffs, and so folks will say, "Oh hell, they're North Webster." You know, like,
got some fear in them. Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we look at the bracket, and you know, you look at St. James, right? You know, like St. James knocked them out the playoffs last year, but you look at the bracket and you see St. James, and you say, "Shit, they're St. James."
Right?
Dang, we got to go through them.
Yeah.
You know, like last year in North Dakota, we was like, "Dang, they're Opelousas. Like, we know they coming. Like, we gonna get them."
Yeah.
You know, we prepared our mind when the playoffs dropped this shit. We got to go through Opelousas.
Right.
Right. Last year, the year before for state, we saw Lutcher. We said we're gonna get them in the dome. You know, but we got to go through them.
Yeah.
You know, I want to put a product consistently on the field that when people say, Dang, man. Dang, we got to go to Spring Hill.
Man,
Dang,
come on.
man, we got to take that 5 yard. We got to take that 5 hour ride to Spring Hill. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want to build. That's my ultimate goal. Because winning the state championship is hard.
Yeah.
Your kids are unpredictable. Stuff happens. But to put a consistent, perennial powerhouse program together, that's my goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal. I want to raise hell every single year.
Well, you're doing it, and I'm proud of you, man, because me and you've been boys since we got to college,
Yeah.
So to see where you've gone, and I've been, seeing every, exit that you've taken to get where you are, and I'm glad to say that you're a homie, man. I appreciate that, man. You're doing it. I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, we gotta get now. Like I said, now everything is working out the way I always envisioned it. Now we gotta go win.
You gotta go win. Look, gonna hear it here. We gonna get some W's. All right, Coach Willson gonna get some W's this year for sure. So I did want to go and switch gears for you though, because of the type of guy that you are. Let's talk about things, because I know like wrestling was big. Like me and you would talk about wrestling, in college. Are you still big into wrestling?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
I got my sons on it.
Come on, man.
Yeah, every Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, every Monday night. Every pay-per-view. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So I mean, look, I took my little girl to SmackDown recently.
You supposed to.
Yeah.
When WrestleMania comes back to New Orleans, I'm going again. That'll be my third one.
Right.
Yeah, I've been to 2 WrestleManias. I've been to pay-per-views. I've been to Royal Rumble. Great Balls of Fire, the worst pay-per-view in WWE history, was in Dallas, 7 years ago? And I went to that.
Yeah.
I've been to Royal Rumble. I've been to 2 WrestleManias. Oh, yeah, I got to have it.
Yeah. So who's your favorite wrestler?
I don't have one.
Yeah.
I don't have one. I don't have one. I just like, right now, that's my release.
Yeah.
I
got you.
I know it's goof. But I'm able to turn off responsible adult.
Right.
And become a kid again.
Yeah.
For 2 hours.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
And watch it and scream at the TV and jump up and down and feel like a kid again.
Yeah.
That's why I watch it.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not taking myself so serious to the point where I feel like I'm the head football coach of a high school and I have to act like this all the time.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I get to sit down with my son, and we get to watch TV and zone out and be a kid for a couple hours.
Right.
Right. And so that's my release.
Yeah.
That's just my release. So, those things that I like to do, you have to find time for yourself. This career will swallow you up.
Yeah.
So many coaches get divorced. So many coaches are by themselves and lonely because they put everything into those kids.
Yeah.
And one thing Coach Dennis taught me at Green Oaks my very first year, he said, don't lose your family to these kids. These kids going to leave you.
They gonna grow up, graduate, and leave.
They gonna leave. He said, "Don't lose your family to these kids."
That's right,
and that stuck with me.
Yeah,
so I make sure I do my work. I don't sleep at no school. I don't put in no 15-hour days when I'm not supposed to. Now game day different.
Right.
Leave the house at 6, back home at 2 a.m. Wash, rinse, repeat.
Come on.
Up at Saturday morning, trading film.
Yeah.
Watching film, meetings on Sunday, planning all day Sunday, back at work Monday. 12 weeks straight.
Wow.
If you win, 17 weeks straight.
Yeah, got the playoffs, right.
So the goal is, second weekend in December, be in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Second weekend in December, I'm in New Orleans anyway.
Yeah.
I'm either coaching in it or I'm in the dome watching it, pissed
Yeah.
off because I'm not on the sideline.
Yeah.
But I've tasted that, and I know what that feels like, and I gotta have it again.
You gotta have that.
I gotta have it again.
Yeah, gotta have
that.
So
So no, I'm not gonna lose my family to this game.
No.
And it becomes between my wife and those 5 babies. I'm gonna take them.
Right.
I'll shut it down and come home.
Yeah.
Go be a Walmart greeter.
Yeah, I think you'd be the best, one of the best Walmart greeters
man,
out there, to be honest with you.
Be a Walmart greeter, man.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the game is a game. And I feel like I've done enough sidebar stuff. I've written for multiple newspapers around here.
I was going to ask you about that.
I've done PA announcing. I do, I do my little freelance media stuff.
Yeah.
So I can stay around it,
right.
And not coach it and be okay.
Yeah.
But it's just something about the grind of it all that I enjoy. But I'm not gonna sacrifice that for.
You're not gonna
I'm not gonna sacrifice my family for the kid. For
everything
the game.
that you made up for that. I'm with you on that. And look, I know you did the 7-on-7, right? Mm-hmm. You did that. Yeah. So as far as the announcer for the basketball team, right?
Yep.
So did that go out of business, or what happened with that?
I don't want to talk about that.
Damn, man.
I enjoyed it for the time that I did it.
Yeah.
Right. But then the ownership changed, and things just didn't work out in my favor.
Yeah.
And now the program is now defunct. They shut it down in the middle of the season, and
wow.
I silently laughed about it. Because how you treat people
Yeah.
follows
It
you.
comes back around.
Absolutely. And
Right.
I feel like I wasn't treated the right way.
Yeah.
For what I thought I was bringing to that program. But folks make decisions, and
man.
you got to eat that.
Yeah,
but
you
I
gotta eat
enjoyed
that.
it, man. Something about
Oh, I knew you did, because that
put-
crushed velvet
putting
blazing hat
on their red coat,
Oh,
man, and screaming at
man.
the microphone, man. And they didn't lose a game that I announced.
Wow.
They didn't lose a game that I announced.
Come on, man.
When that was 2.5 years.
Yeah.
When the original reincarnation moved up to Kentucky, they flew me up to announce their first game in Kentucky.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that was my first time going to Owensboro. You ever heard of Owensboro,
No.
Kentucky? Good, Owensboro. Got up there, announced the game, got ready to leave. Snowstorm.
Damn.
Snowstorm. Yeah, man. But I did that. I've done Southern Shreveport's girls. I've done a centenary game. My partner has a youth football league, and I've done those. So anytime somebody give me an opportunity to scream in the mic, I'm with.
So you just saying you're not just coaching and teaching. I mean,
no, man. I find time again. You have to find time for the things that you like.
Yeah.
And when we would get knocked out the playoffs, I would call my friend that's the sports editor of the newspaper. Hey, do you need me to cover a game?
Yeah.
And I cover the game. I do the stats. I write the article. I send them the article.
Right.
So I've done specials, freelance specials for the newspaper. Because that's my way to give back.
Yeah.
I don't have a bad relationship with any coach in this area.
Yeah.
So if I come on their campus, they know, hey, this Chris, I'm coming over. I'm gonna cover the game. Hey, no problem. Whatever you need from me.
Right.
And then I did the Mr. Coach Willson Sports.
Yes.
And they let me come and live stream their games. And that's just, set my phone up like you had.
Yeah.
And boom, I'm live streaming and commentating the game.
Right.
And you getting a bunch of traction from that. So again, I find ways to stay in it, man.
Yeah.
I find ways to give back and, support these kids. My thing is, you don't have to play for me to support you.
I like that.
These coaches I don't have to be your rival.
Yeah.
And then you think I'm trying to take something from you.
Right.
I just want to promote the kids.
Yeah.
So anytime I'm able to do that, a lot of my friend at Southwood, Mike Green, they got like 4 Thursday games.
Yeah.
That's where I'll be.
Right. You're going to be doing it.
Yeah, I'm going to set it up. I'm going to set it up and, I'm going to live stream it because a lot of these programs around here just don't get no publicity.
Right.
Some of the bigger name, bigger money programs, they get all the publicity. Every
Yes.
media outlet will go cover the same schools.
They got the money to do it, yeah.
Or not even the money, but more people care about them. So a lot of these programs around here, the majority of people don't care about. But those kids that's out there grinding all summer too, they deserve to get love.
Exactly.
And so that's just what I want to do.
Right.
That's just what I do.
You doing that, man. I know you a big music person as well, though.
Yeah.
So some old school music. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the purple one was one of your favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Purple one and Michael Jackson, man,
Yeah.
neck and neck. More Mike than Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Thriller, and I mean, look, all right, so I guess you're gonna say that Thriller was a better album than Purple Rain. No, really?
And I think Off the Wall was better than Thriller.
That's right. You did say that recently. Yeah. A lot of people sleep on Off the Wall.
Yeah, because it wasn't a bigger one.
Right.
It wasn't a Thriller on Off the Wall.
No.
It wasn't a Beat It on Off the Wall.
Yeah.
But Off the Wall, cover to cover, in my opinion, is a better album than Thriller.
Right.
You got some skippable ones on Thriller.
Yeah, you do.
You got some ones you can skip on Thriller.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you don't have anything you can skip on Off the Wall.
Right.
No.
Man, and look, I was thinking about wearing my Purple Rain shirt, and I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna rep our alma mater Southern.
Yeah.
Thing, But I was like, man, that's one thing I wanted to bring up was the music, because I remember being on campus and everything, man. And we lived in Jones Hall.
Yep.
And then we went to Moore.
Yep.
And we had some times, man.
Yeah, yeah.
We had some times,
Yeah.
and like music was always something that I would hear you, singing some old, bro. I was like, man, the Gap Band,
Yep.
all that stuff, that was you.
Yep. And it's crazy that you go back there and both of those dorms are gone.
Gone, man.
Both of those dorms
Yeah,
are gone. Man.
and that's some of the best times I ever had. Like, I mean, it was horrible living conditions.
Yeah, it was dumpster fire.
Yeah.
But it was our dumpster fire.
It was.
And I think that those years made us a man.
Yeah.
And we learned to survive.
Right.
We didn't have a choice but to.
Bro, I enjoyed those times, man, with y'all, and like I have lasting friendships,
Because
as
of that,
you can see,
because of that dorm.
because of that, man. Like, I would have never thought that I'd meet somebody from from Shreveport. Now, first, I never thought I'd be going to Southern, leaving away from home, but I am, and now I got some of the best friends that I've had for years that I can turn to at any time, and I know y'all got my back, man.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you this though, because let's go back to college and whatnot. So go ahead and figure it out, because I always ask my guests, man. So who shot their shot first with you and Lauren, man?
That was me.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was me.
How'd that go about?
She was younger, right?
Yeah.
You know, that was my first freshman year.
Yeah.
Right? Because Lauren is the same age as my brother, so she graduated 3 years after us, 2 years after. 06. Yeah, she graduated 06. And so that was my first freshman year, first senior year, and I saw her coming from Washington, walking into the dorm, and she was fine.
Yeah.
Who this little freshman, man?
Yeah.
You know? And so happened that Ryan had taken a liking to Taylor, and Taylor and Lauren were roommates.
Yeah.
And so it kind of just snowballed that way where, you know, Ryan was dating Taylor, I was dating Lauren, you know, and, you know, we took a long break.
Right.
You know, we dated all through the rest of my college career, and we dated for another year or so after that. And, you know, I chose coaching, right? And she was used to me being with her. And so I moved home, and the distance had a lot to do with us not locking the way we did. And, you know, we went our separate ways, and we stayed friends, and we talked all the time. And we kind of just fell back into each other during COVID.
Yeah.
You know, and then I feel like my personal career hit an incline, and then my coaching career hit an incline. And I remember one of my friends said, you won't be where you need to be as a coach until you get a wife. And then when me and Lauren started dating, then I got plain dealing a week later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then it's been
ever since then.
Yep. So, you know,
She been that missing piece.
She was apparently so.
Come on.
You know, apparently so. You know, so we blended our family together, my daughter, her boys.
Yeah.
You know, we said we were going to have one together, you know, to make the saga complete. And God said, I remember when y'all was in college, y'all said y'all wanted two. Here's two. You know, so.
Boom.
Yep, so Kaysen and Cadence in the mix.
Right.
So, you know, we got a whole basketball team.
Yeah, y'all got a squad, bro.
You know, 10, you know, Cameron's 10, Hollis is 7, Lennox is 5, Kaysen and Cadence are, what's today?
I don't even know. I'm laughing. I don't even know.
16 and a half months,
Yeah.
you know, so if you want to count months, but they're almost a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Y'all doing the thing, bro. And like, for you, man, I have to say with y'all got a squad, I don't see no grades, man, so you're doing good.
Nah, man, you know, and I don't stress. You know,
Yeah.
It is what it is going to be what it's going to be.
Right.
Right? You know, and life is going to life whether you want it to life or not. So why stress over things you can't control?
That's what I always say,
You know,
man.
I can't stress
If
over
I can't
it, you know.
control it, I can't worry about
You know,
it.
my job is to run my house. You know,
Yeah.
my job is to be the father and support my wife, support these kids with whatever they got going. And then when I leave this house, support these kids and run this program.
Yeah.
But a lot of that stuff I can't control. You know,
Right.
if it ain't in my sphere of influence,
Yeah.
I can't affect it. So I'm not gonna trip over it.
I ain't mad at that, man. You doing that. Like, now we're going to go ahead and switch gears with this one. Y'all know what time it is right here. We're going to go ahead and see if Coach Christopher Willson can be trusted. So let me go ahead and get that because we gotta see this one right
You
here.
got a lot of colors on this, man. Let me see what you got going.
So we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, John, make sure it can be seen in the shot. I don't have to be seen in the shot. I ain't worried about that. You know what I'm saying?
It can be seen.
It can be seen? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get that. So, Coach, look, we got a plethora
Okay.
of things for this to land on. And we gotta see if you can be trusted. Now, you my guy, so I don't see why you can't be trusted, but you know, I mean, rules are rules, you know what I'm saying? So go ahead and just give this a quick spin. See what this lands on. Now look, man.
That's easy. I got that one. Then we going sweet.
We're going sweet. All right, look. Do another one. That was an easy one.
That was easy.
Let me see what we got. Ooh, all right, Chips. Now this is a two-part question.
Okay.
First off, I just did this one recently. So when you open up your chips, how you open it up? How you open up the bag?
From the top.
From the top. Thank
Yep.
you. All right, Jesus Christ. Thank you. So that's one. Another one. What's your favorite style of chips?
I'm a Funyun guy.
Funyuns.
Yeah, I'm a Funyun guy.
I would have never.
Onion ring of fun.
Funyuns.
The onion ring of fun. And I'm not a big snack guy. Don't let the belly fool you. I'm not a big snack guy. I'm not a big cookie guy.
Yeah.
But if I just have to have a bag of chips, it's gonna be a Funyun.
Funyuns. Now, all right, you like the regular Funyuns? I know they got.
I don't like hot
Funyuns
nothing.
now. Hot nothing.
Nothing.
I'll
Nope.
be damned.
I'm a Funyun guy.
Funyuns. I would have
Absolutely.
never. So you got to carry gum with you all the time.
I mean, you're gonna get me the way you're gonna get me. Put it like this: when I was a kid, and you know, it was the Sega days, and you would get the new Sega tape for Christmas. For every year from the age of like 7 to like sophomore year of high school, my mom bought me a big bag of Funyuns for Christmas.
Funyuns.
Because she knew I was gonna spend the day playing video games, and I wanted to eat my Funyuns.
Funyuns.
So when NCAA dropped
Oh yeah, I know what
Tuesday,
Funyuns.
Bag of Funyuns.
And the big bag. The
big bag of Funyuns.
What is the family size by yourself?
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna finish it.
Okay.
So I might be able to get 2 little bags.
Yeah.
You know, the 2 little bags from the convenience store.
I ain't mad at that, man. Like my wife like Funyuns, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I can dig it.
Smidge of whiskey and Coke. Man.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. Now, so I did, because I don't want to forget this, because we went to college together and everything. So I know you are part of a great fraternity. So tell me a little bit about that fraternity, man.
I'm a member. I'm a spring 2005 initiate of the Beta Sigma chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. I'm the tail.
Yeah.
Right. And so I feel like the spring '05 line saved Alpha at Southern during that time.
Yeah.
You know, at that time that the chapter was kind of dying out. They had a lot of older cats that were graduating, and they crossed the '04 line, and it was 7 of the 9 were seniors. And it was just Paul.
Yeah.
It was Paul holding down the fort by himself.
Paul Duracell, who we had recently in one of our episodes.
South Louisiana's finest, man.
Yeah.
Good
Big
friend.
town of Eunice.
Good friend, man. And he was holding it down by himself. And I feel like that line with us came in, and a bunch of sophomores, young and dumb, and just wanted to be known.
Yeah.
Right? And we wanted to just take Alpha to a different place. Lifelong friendships, lifelong guys. And the entire process as a whole, you get around good people, and you get to spend time with people, and you go through that, and you make those sacrifices to give up your time and give up your money, and the physical sacrifice at that time.
Right.
Those who know.
Yeah.
Right. You build diamonds out of coal. Diamonds out of charcoal. And for us to be 20 years in now, almost 18, 19 years in, and all of us to still be a living,
right?
And all of us to still be around,
that's a blessing.
Definitely a blessing, because a lot of those guys in those sororities from our era, they've got line brothers, line sisters that have passed on,
right?
So for us to still be here is a blessing in itself. But Alpha changed my life, because that gave me the confidence I needed, as a young cat, who was, y'all didn't know that, but I struggled with self-esteem.
Did not know that.
I struggled with self-esteem, and I struggled with self-worth, right? And not saying that Alpha made me, but Alpha gave me the confidence to go get out my comfort zone and do something different.
Yeah.
So that was really big.
Yeah.
Alpha was really big, and it continues to be big, because you always find good people that sow into you. And,
right.
Because of that shield that we stand for, we sacrifice for, people see it, and people will know that you're a good crop.
Right.
And they show love, and they open doors for you. And I like to do that for the young cats that join Alpha because of an interaction they've had with me. I've had a couple here in Shreveport.
Yeah.
Just be good people, man. Again, the fraternity is a fraternity, but if you're a good person, you're a good man, people gravitate towards that. So.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that. Not only with you, but a lot of the other guys that's in the fraternity, especially on your line and everything. So that is a very truthful statement. I did want to go ahead. This is how we're going to end it with this one, though. So where is, what is next for Coach Willson? Like, what's next? Like, where are you going, man? Like, what we doing?
Well, I know it ain't no more kids.
Yeah.
I know it ain't no more kids.
Yeah.
Man. That party's over. Just continue to grow, man.
Yeah.
Continue to grow. Continue to find ways to be valuable, right?
Mm-hmm.
To not only my family, but this community, this coaching community, these kids. The current school I'm at, I took this job. Not wanting to move around anymore.
Yeah.
I hadn't spent more than 2 years in any place in a long time, and I want to sit down and lay down some roots and really grow.
Yeah.
But I want to keep challenging myself to be better. I want to keep growing, and by the success that my kids get, continue to grow my platform, and continue to people recognize me when I walk in a room, and know the value that I not only bring to North Webster, but everybody in Northwest Louisiana. Everybody statewide. I did a free agent pool for coaches statewide this spring.
Yeah.
We had coaches from all over the state, and talking and having conversations with coaches all over the state, trying to find quality coaches.
Wow.
So just expanding the brand, man, and just making sure that I'm, the coach that everybody wants on their staff.
Yeah.
And just be a good person, man. Be a good father, be a good husband, man, and just keep it kicking.
That's what's up, man. And you're doing it. I'm proud of you, man. Proud to say that you're one of my very close friends and everything.
Absolutely,
so,
man.
Look, if you guys want to go and, check him out, Coach Willson, you can find him on Facebook for sure.
Mr. Coach Willson Sports, Christopher Lewis Willson, and everything else is Mr. Coach Willson. MrCoachWilson on all my social media platforms.
There you go. Head coach in North Webster, a husband, a father, a friend. Seeing it here, right here. We're going to catch you on the next one. This is Tim Davis. This is Coach Willson. See you on the next one.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. That was good, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
No, man. Appreciate you, man. What's up, Louisiana? Thanks for watching another episode of Louisiana on Fire. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Oh, and don't forget to hit that bell so you can be notified for the next episode.